All right, I have 140 million things to talk about and 140 million things to celebrate as my Minnesota Vikings and wide receiver Justin Jefferson agreeing to a 4-year, $140 million extension with a whopping 110 million fully guaranteed, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in the history of the NFL, putting him at an average of $35 million a year. Look, this was a critical offseason for the Vikings. They entered a new transitional period with the new regime in year 3. They move on from quarterback Kirk Cousins. They're able to draft J.J. McCarthy. They bring in veteran Sam Darnold to take over until McCarthy is ready to go. But the biggest thing here was signing up Justin Jefferson. Now, the two sides got really close to an agreement last offseason that was around $30 million per. Apparently, Jefferson turned that down, and honestly, it paid dividends for him. Even though he was hurt, missed 7 games last season, he has been the best wide receiver in the NFL and is clearly this top-tier elite guy that needed to be paid. Rumors were swirling about, do the Vikings trade him? Are they in full rebuild mode? Are they going to get rid of him? And you just absolutely cannot get rid of a generational talent like Justin Jefferson. Now, he's only 24 years old. He's about to be 25, a little bit of an early birthday present for him, but he's worth every penny, shattering the NFL record for most receiving yards in a player's first 4 seasons, most 100-yard games by a player in his first 4 years, 3 straight Pro Bowls and 3 straight All-Pro nods to begin his career. Like I said last year, he missed 7 games. He was injured, and we had ridiculous quarterback play, 4 different quarterbacks for the Vikings. He still managed to get over 1,000 yards receiving, one of just 3 players to do that in a 10-game span. So really, he just game in, game out, makes ridiculous play after ridiculous play, and he's a complete game changer on the outside. Now, the Vikings were okay when he went down, Jordan Addison stepping into that role, but nobody is quite as impactful as Justin Jefferson. And in today's NFL, where passing and wide receivers have become such a huge part of the game, the rules play to your advantage, you need to have a guy that is a dude out there, and Jefferson is the best in the biz. You can talk about Tyreek Hill, you can talk about CeeDee Lamb. I need more consistency, more things can be done. Nobody is better than JJ at doing every correct thing as a wide receiver. And this also shows a massive amount of confidence he has in the Vikings regime that's currently in foot. Head coach Kevin O'Connell, an offensive guy, he's able to get the ball to his playmakers. He must have heard some really good stuff about either Sam Darnold or J.J. McCarthy, that he's confident enough where he's going to be able to put up his numbers and, most importantly, win football games. Jefferson has been very clear. He's trying to win games. He cares about winning, and it showed on how he handled this contract. He handled this entire negotiation process like a complete professional. He didn't unfollow the Vikings. He didn't demand a trade. He wasn't grumpy. He just put his head down, went to work. He skipped some voluntary workouts. I'm not going to freak out about it. Lamar, who's already gotten paid, skipping voluntary workouts this season. So he just did his job, showed up, never complained about the contract, never complained about the negotiations, and he got the bag. I'm super happy about it. Now, there's some haters out there that are going to say they should just rebuild, trade him. What are you going to do? You trade him and try and draft another wide receiver who could potentially be as good as Jefferson? But looking into the contracts here, let's just pull up the wide receiver contracts. Big time extensions, Amon-Ra, A.J. Brown, guys who were getting big deals. Jalen Waddle got a ridiculous deal. And Tyreek Hill kind of reset the market at that $30 million number. Now we see Jefferson with the huge $35 million per, clearing the wide receiver market, and this guaranteed at signing over almost $89 million at signing, which destroys Tyreek Hill's number, which was the highest at 52.5. I mean, insane numbers. We're talking about almost 14% of the salary cap. But hey, when you're not paying a quarterback, you're able to pay guys like Justin Jefferson. And it's key. You got to have a weapon for your young quarterback. If you truly believe and are committed to paying the young quarterback or getting a young quarterback to develop, you pay the playmakers, you pay his protection. So the Vikings are going to have a ton of cap space next season. They still get Jefferson at a very reasonable number for this upcoming season. It's his 5th year of his rookie contract, and that contract's not going to really kick in until after this season. signed through his 30-year-old. So he's going to be a free agent at 30, signed through 2028. These are awesome numbers. Like I said, alien $8.5 million cap hit this season. In its years 2026, 2027, where he's a $40 million cap hit almost, and then over $40 million. There is a potential out. You know, if things aren't working out, they're going to blow up the team. They can get out for only $7 million in dead cap. And there you go. Not so bad there. Interesting to see what this contract does. $6 million on the books in 2029 when he's 30. So they have until he's 29. He's going to be due for another contract if he keeps this up. And hopefully it's still with the Vikings, man. I'm all in on JJ. Minnesota knows how to develop and draft Hall of Fame wide receivers. I don't know if there's an organization who's had better receivers than my Vikings. Now, we don't got any rings to show for it, but hopefully this regime and Jefferson, and we got JJ to JJ now, can break the curse, break the streak, and finally bring it home. But I do think we could potentially be entering a wide receiver bubble. Like I said, these contracts are getting extremely, extremely expensive. And there are a couple of wide receivers out there that are going to get paid even more. CeeDee Lamb allegedly waiting to see this Jefferson contract because he wants to get paid more money. Absolute clown show. CeeDee Lamb, you had a great season last year. It's one great season. You are nowhere near as good as Justin Jefferson, and you were a much higher draft pick, so you've made more money in your career already. You're not close to that. You are not getting that $35 million, and you'd be foolish if you paid him that, Dallas. But then again, Jerry Jones likes to do stupid things and pay a stupid amount of money. The question is Jamar Chase. Now, if Jamar Chase is fully healthy, he's an elite wide receiver. You get a Joe Burrow, Bengals get back to the Super Bowl, potentially win the Super Bowl with those guys. He's going to demand a 10% increase at minimum from this Jefferson contract. And we could officially be reaching the breaking point. Because at what point are you able to pay a wide receiver and a quarterback this kind of money and keep a competent team around them? We've seen the Chiefs. They're paying Travis Kelce a lot of money, but ain't paying him this kind of money. Patrick Mahomes is honestly cheap for the quality of quarterback play he gives you. So it's always a balancing act. It's always kind of up in the air how teams are going to manage the cap, deal with these wide receivers. But a very interesting thing. I'm ecstatic to see it. Justin Jefferson, your new highest paid non-quarterback in the history of the NFL. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think this was a good number? I personally thought it was going to be more than what it was, so I'm ecstatic about that. Let me know what you think. Should the Vikings have maybe let him go and totally blown this thing up? Or are you on that we are going to keep getting these wide receivers, keep paying them insane monies, and we'll just find a way to keep it going? Let me know what you guys think. If you haven't already, drop a quick like on this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We got new sports content every single day. If you want to support the channel more, sign up for a channel membership. You get all sorts of cool perks, access to exclusive videos, early access to videos, help support me, allows me to keep making this great content for you guys every single day. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.